Who knows what he's doing?
Well, who knows what we're all doing. Here we are. It's Norman Kochnek on Eyes on Cricket. Yes, with Norman Kochnek here. Had a Polish guy today remind me of my last name meaning lover, which is obviously true. So welcome, everybody. We have three very unlikely lads to join me. I'm sorry about the quality of their looks, but what else can I do? I can't make the makeup is too expensive these days, especially for these three. We've got below me in a ridiculously unimportant St George jumper, a team that's actually coming 11th or 12th.
10th.
It's George Pasaris, or known as Doofus.
Hello, everybody.
All three teams represented here haven't made it. Then we've got the guy that has come out with a statement about his love life, which we won't go into on air. But Harry's not here to talk about it. But we've got Michael Anastasia, better known as Babs, blue and black shirt. And
hello, everyone. How you going? Good to see you.
Blue and black.
He's got his typical
colourblind.
You know how he jibbers.
And then above him, we've got. I'm not sure what your jumper says. What does it say? Dull gap.
Dilly gap.
Have you not heard of that?
Can you read, Malaka?
Dilly gaff. Do I look like I give a...
Oh, that's new to me. Jesus.
Dilly gaff.
Like
It's Epi Terranova, who is Dilly Gaff. Do I look like I give a flying something? All right. So welcome, everybody. We're here for episode 19. Episode 19. Which
wow.
And they haven't shut us down yet.
Yeah.
You would have thought someone would have put a lawsuit against us.
What's nice? Himanshu, me, I know I'm nice, but the rest of them maybe not nice.
I think he's talking about the jumper.
Yeah,
right.
Dragons. Must be a Dragons fan.
Oh, I don't think so. So let's just go through it for a minute. The top 8 doesn't have a St George team, doesn't have a Manly, the gay side, and doesn't have a Brisbane side. So you three are all out.
And Giuseppe's a Cowboys fan, mate.
Yeah, Cowboys. That's right.
He's from North Queensland.
Well, so it doesn't even count.
Let's be serious. The way you Malakas played it last week, come Sunday, you'll be out anyhow. It won't matter.
Yeah, I'm going to be there. I bet you it's not. I reckon South's going to do the Roosters.
Oh, yeah, hang on. Can I just say, George Burgess? Is it George? What's his name? Fucking Burgess?
Thomas.
Tom.
No. The one that broke his cheekbone in the grand final. Sam. He coaches a local rugby league team here, Arara Valley, which is owned by, the costs are covered by Russell Crowe.
Yeah.
It's down his place. And they played in the grand final on the weekend, and they got their ass kicked by the Red V, the local South Grafton Rebels, which is and they're red and white like St George. Got their ass flogged. They were minor premiers and got their tails between the legs. Fucking shit.
Losers.
Who cares? Not first grade.
Oh, same thing.
George out. Manly out. Brisbane out. Only the mighty Rabbitohs and some Cowboy side. We're in there. Yeah.
Yeah,
right.
but
Last long anyway.
you'll be joining us come Mad Monday.
In week 1 of the finals. You may as well not play.
Yeah, that's right. You might as well just go home now.
Okay, let's get back to cricket now. We've got
Cricket.
the topics of the day are, as you can see there, Asia Cup, and what a complete turnaround. We've got Sri Lanka and Pakistan. Pakistan beat Afghanistan tonight. Sri Lanka and Pakistan go through to the final. And India and Afghanistan, who led their groups, are gone.
Yeah. Well, you can see it happening.
It just goes to show what a stupid format.
Yeah, I know. It's crazy.
You go and lead it, and you lose one game or whatever, 2 games, you're gone already. Like, why not combine it all as one? Keep the points, and the top guys go through after 3 or 4 games.
Yeah, the top 2 play. Play in the final. I agree. I do. It's a crazy format, and you have to look. It's always a good day when India doesn't make a final, but come on.
Well,
really?
I've heard in the grapevine people are calling it Minnow India. That's the talk.
You must have a very poor grape line. What is it? Some bloody spaghetti line or something?
No, I'm being serious. If you go on Facebook, people are putting posts up Minnow India. I don't know who's doing that, but people are.
Well, we know that's not the case. They're going to be deadly as
Well, they lost to Sri Lanka. They lost the first game. Where they lose? They lose their first game.
They've lost to Sri Lanka and Pakistan.
Yeah, they've lost to Sri Lanka and Pakistan.
Gone.
So,
Yeah, they can't make the final.
No.
and look, it doesn't look so bad for Australia when they lost to Sri Lanka. You know, it makes us doesn't look as useless.
Like I said to you guys, I was up last night at 4 o'clock. Only by I couldn't go to sleep, so I put my phone on, watching the score. Sri Lanka were 1 for 95. Then they lost 3 or 4 with 3 wickets. Then the last 2 must have scored 60 or 70 to win the game. Is that about all 50 to win the game? India couldn't stop the last 2.
Because they were 11 overs gone and they were 1 for 95. They were cruising.
Yeah. And then India pulled them back a little bit.
Yeah,
they lost 3 wickets.
They lost 3. Yeah, they were 4 for 110.
Yeah. And you thought India would win. And then all of a sudden, Sri Lanka went bang, bang. See you later.
Yeah, the captain scored 33 off 18.
Charles Manju says he likes emerging teams like Sri Lanka and Afghanistan.
Yeah.
Sri Lanka's not an emerging team. They've been there a number of years now. So
You can't call Sri Lanka an emerging team. Maybe they're rebuilding in a sense, but they're definitely not an emergency. They've been around for 40 years. They've been playing Test cricket for.
Once upon a time, they were a powerhouse.
Obviously, Sam Hislett's joking. He says Finch is the best batsman in our country. That's quite funny.
Mate, you know what? I think Finch should go and play golf.
I think
Rasul Hassan has got the most incredible moment. Only 5 or 10 minutes ago, Alex Hales was announced as a replacement for Bairstow, who broke his leg in a golfing accident somehow. And Alex Hales is an absolute out-and-out champion. And that could be the inclusion of the century itself, because he could well be he's very much the X factor, and you never know what he's going to do.
Yeah, but
why
so
was
is
he an
fans, though.
outcast?
Well, it doesn't fit. I don't know. Why has he been left out? He's been making runs everywhere around the world. Why would you leave him out? Obviously,
the hierarchy.
Yeah, he's upset somebody somewhere along the line.
He has.
Because form-wise, he'd make every T20 side around the world.
And it is interesting what Charles Manju is saying. Despite Sri Lanka's efforts here, they're only in the qualifiers to make the World Cup next month.
Yes.
They're not even in the main group yet. They have to qualify.
Yeah.
How do you qualify?
There's games just before the actual tournament.
Yeah, there's a mini tournament before the main tournament starts. And I think there's 2 or 4 teams have to make it yet. Like West Indies aren't in the main draw yet. Sri Lanka aren't in the main draw.
It's 14.
Namibia and Oman, I think it is.
So why the hell we're not playing? They could win the Asian Cup and not qualify. What a dumb rule, mate. Winning the Asian Cup should make you qualify.
Yeah, it should give you an automatic qualification.
Who makes these stupid rules up? Why are they playing the bloody the Asian Cup for?
Well,
anyway, so Sri Lanka played Namibia in Geelong, I think on October 16th, plus another match or 2, and then they qualify through if they win.
Norm, you would score runs against Namibia, mate, you would think.
Sri Lanka have to play Namibia, Netherlands, and the UAE. Now, if they don't get out of that group, then there's something fucking wrong.
Having said that, Netherlands aren't too bad, though, right? They'll be at least competitive.
Yeah, Netherlands not bad.
The Windies have got a harder group. They've got Ireland, Scotland, the Windies, and Zimbabwe. That's not easy.
One team gets through. One team goes through, and those 2 groups.
No, I think it's the top 2 teams. I think there's 4 spots still yet to be filled.
Oh, so how do the top? So 2 go through.
I think it's the top 2 teams go through
Of each group.
Sri Lanka would make it, you would think. Then come on.
Because if you look at the draw for the World Cup, I think there's still 4 qualifiers to fill the roles.
Go through.
Yeah.
Okay, let's take a step back here. So we've got the
hang on, let's go back and talk about Finch.
Yeah,
And
he's shit.
Yeah, he is. And did you see last night? I don't know if you guys actually watched the game.
Now
The commentators were saying, so Mark Waugh and what's his name? The Queensland leggy. What's his name? The old fella.
Holmes, not Trevor Holmes.
No. The bald-headed guy that's got the wicked sense of humour.
Oh, he's not from Queensland. You mean Kerry O'Keefe?
Kerry. What's he? He's in New South Welshman.
New South Wales.
Oh, okay. Same thing.
He's from a winning state, mate. Winning state.
He was saying last night,
really.
between him and Mark Waugh last night, they were both saying that, they feel obviously for Finch because he continually gets out the same way. Like you watch when he bats, it's always he's getting his front leg put in the way and all sorts of things. And they're saying that he needs to just evaluate what he's doing and tweak it, give it a little tweak. But they're saying that he's so close to being dropped and that the selectors are hoping that, his next innings is a good innings so that they don't have to drop him. Because I believe that once they drop him here, they're going to have to drop him for the T20 as well. And that
he should be, mate. He should be dropped. You tell me a world-class player after 8 or 9 innings can't work not to play across the line. He's getting his pad stuck down. You can see it getting stuck down the wicket, and his bat's coming across. Not common sense, mate. Easy.
But hang on, you've got to remember he won a World Cup for us last year.
Yes,
but that was last year.
He did,
mate.
He did. And can I say something too? Italy won the European Cup last year as well, but they didn't qualify for the World Cup. And so what did they do? They did a major overhaul. You need to do those things. You can't rest on your laurels. Your form is only as good as what it was.
It's like
5 innings have been a 5, a 1, a 1, a 5, and a duck.
Yeah.
How good's that?
That looks like Norm's batting.
Yeah. Apparently,
even Norm does better than that.
Well,
stop comparing my greatness.
Let's be serious, guys. Under my regime, Norm would have been 13th. Not even 12th man, 13th man.
Lucky to be 13th.
You wouldn't want him to play outside.
Just because we found out about your sexual adventures with Harry.
No, let's be serious, Norm. There's no way my mates here would have wanted to carry you with those scores.
Look, everyone, just look. Sorry, let's get this. Prabhajan saying Rohit Sharma said that losing 2 games in a row isn't that big a deal. There is no need to worry. Okay, just look, guys. Let me come here, everyone. The truth is that Michael Anastasia is full of, what? It starts with S and ends in C, and has high in the middle. He is full of it. Seriously, he has absolutely no. He's just jealous because I am a legend in my own backyard. Look at my cricket prowesses here all over the wall. The fact is, I'm just beyond reproach. Okay, back to the group. Okay, yeah. Michael, what you get out of the Anastasia? When are you going to get rid of that background? Seriously.
When I go to the Northern Lights for good one day.
I reckon it's a picture of your brain that's short-circuiting. All right. What I was going to say, talk about Asia Cup. The fact that if Afghanistan and bloody India were at the top of their groups, now they're quite likely not to be in the next round, which is crazy. It's quite incredible.
You know what it does? You know what it shows? It shows T20 is so unpredictable too.
Yeah. And that's what it is. It's
out of all those games, the team that's batted second has won.
Yes. That's what I was going to say. I saw the results. So remember the what was his name last? We asked him that question. Remember I asked him that question? It wasn't a factor. But we all know, and George is right, it is a factor, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's what Sri Lanka did. Sri Lanka won the toss and set India into bat.
And so the other game before as well.
Yeah.
Like they've all gone into the last over, though, to be fair. But team batting second has chased it down.
Yeah.
Okay, so Himanshu Rahela wants to now look. A lot of our viewers make some quite frankly perfect choices. They were saying, why isn't Alex Hales in? Well, he's in now. They were talking about why Cam Green doesn't bat higher. Well, he's batting higher and he's batting well. I mean, there's a lot of things they say about. I'm still not convinced Wade should be there, but there's a lot of sense from our viewers. They actually do get the game and players right. So Himanshu Rahela keeps banging on about Ben McDermott can win you matches single-handedly in Australia. Still dropped. It's a fair point. We're going to have to think about him.
Still dropped. He's never been in the team, has he?
In and out. He plays one game and doesn't play. But you know what? Yeah. He's Finch's replacement right there. Finch, McDermott for Finch. Done.
Yeah.
And probably, Alice Carey did get runs last night with his 85 or whatever it was. But I don't know whether he's anyway, that's my thoughts. English a bit.
See, this is what makes me laugh. Like, I don't understand what it is you don't like about him. I think probably out of everyone that goes out there to bat, he tries to bat as sensibly as possible. Every time you look at him, he doesn't look to give his wicket away. Look at Steve Smith last night when he got out. It was a giveaway. You look at David Warner when he got out, it was a giveaway. The same as Finch, it was a giveaway. Labuschagne was a giveaway. Every top order batsman that gives their wicket away is poor. And so you can't criticise Carey because he's in there at a critical time and he had to save the innings. So for me,
And you know what? New Zealand's ranked number 1 in the world one day. We're ranked number 5 and we beat them.
No, we're ranked number 6.
Are we worse? Okay.
Yeah. Have you seen the rankings?
Well, I thought they said 5. That's why I said 5 in my mind.
Oh, well, we must have moved up after beating Zimbabwe, but at one stage we were 7.
Zimbabwe, that's not an achievement.
It's true, but we were 7th in the rankings.
Yeah. Okay.
Currently, we're 6th. In the T20 rankings, we're ranked number 6.
No, one day ranking.
One day. Oh, hold on. Here we go. One day rankings. We're ranked 5th.
Oh, there you go. Okay. So we must have moved up.
Yeah.
That's pretty shit, though.
So we're world champions in T20 and we're ranked 6th. Wow.
Yeah.
It just goes to show the fluctuation in the game.
Yeah.
Well, it depends on how many games you've played and that sort of stuff. We've played a fair few games, like 36. India's on top, but they've played 48. So compared to England, who have played 34, they're second. And Pakistan have only played 33 games and they're equal second with England. Mm. So India are on top, but they have played 10, 14 games more than any other team. So, that's why they're on top, I guess.
How the ranking actually works, because like you can play more games and then you can play lowly teams. Like you can play, like a Zimbabwe or a Bangladesh or maybe even Holland and absolutely pelt them. And your net run rate will be through the roof. Like it's
a bit strange. Like you go, like India have played 48 matches. They've got 12,858 points and their rating's 268. West Indies have played 46 games. Their points is 11,093. Their rating is 241, which puts them in at 7th. So I don't understand how that all works, though. No. Because England have played 34 games, 8,900 points, and their ranking's 262, and they're second. So I don't know.
Let's ask some questions. Why is Chalet Manju saying why is any batsman struggling against left-arm seamers? That's a good point. They are.
Like Australian batsmen.
Australian
left-arm seamers.
That's true. Alex Hales, of course, is back in the team. We know that quality cricket between Australia and New Zealand. I wouldn't agree with that comment. Cam Green is the talking point, and Alex Green are the next Michael Bevan, Andrew Simons. No, you can't say that. They're not as explosive as those two.
They're not explosive. Michael Bevan wasn't explosive.
No.
Michael Bevan just knew how to score runs.
When it counted.
You know what?
He was able to manufacture shots to score at a reasonable rate. Yep. Back then, obviously, plus they were only chasing 4 runs and over. Like, they weren't chasing 300 back then. They're only chasing 200. Now they're chasing 300 runs. And he was able just to push the ball around and score 4 runs and over and get Australia home.
Yeah, I was at the SCG when he hit the winning run down the ground. My uncle and I went to the and up to the top. We sat the Brawongle stand. First time my uncle's gone to watch it one day. I took him to watch a game. Hit the ball down the ground. Roger Harper was bowling, was he? Maybe hit the ball straight down the ground before win the game. Yeah, remember that day? I was there.
I remember watching it on TV. Yeah, what a great game.
But you're right. They might have been chasing 230, 240 max.
Yeah.
They weren't chasing 300.
All right, look at some questions. So I have 3 of the best all-rounders, Mitchell, Marsh, Stoinis and Green. Well, Green certainly. Mitch Marsh, I would somewhat agree, but certainly not Stoinis. I mean, he's horribly out of form. Rizwan is the number 1 T20 batsman he is at the moment by rankings. So is Chase's Aaron Finch still struggling against left arm fast bowling, as we know that. I saw Pablo Jarman says he misses Dhoni. So do I. I think he was a great player.
Yeah, it's a shame.
I miss Don Bradman.
This is it. Will Tim David get his start? He's in the squad now, so I guess he's going to get his start. He's still playing CPL and other tournaments on his way back to play in the World Cup. It'd be interesting to see what he does if he gets a chance.
Only time will tell.
Well, where do you think Cam Green should bat?
Where he is.
I don't see him changing. Why doesn't he need to go any higher?
He's a bowler batsman, mate.
Yeah.
Leave him where he is.
Leave him where he is. He doesn't need. He's not like a Jack Callis who used to come in at first drop. He's not. His batting's not to that standard. Yeah, maybe he'll get there, but at this stage in his career, he's still only a young kid. Leave him where he is, middle order.
And look at to bat 4 though. Like you got to be world class to bat 4, right?
Yeah.
Well, my question to you is, why did Stoinis come in after Labuschagne last night?
Power. Has to be power. Trying to get some runs on the board. The only reason.
Yeah, mate.
I don't understand why they didn't send someone in to settle the innings.
Mate, what were they? 3 for when he came out?
No, they were 4.
I saw New Zealand bat, and I went away. Then I came back, and I said they were 5 for 50. And I actually watched. I think I watched rugby league for a while to find out we won the game. I didn't watch cricket at all.
I was watching the Matildas play. They were winning, and then they got their asses spanked.
They lost, didn't they?
Yeah.
What was the score of the Matildas game?
2-1.
Haven't they gone backwards since they stuffed the coach?
But they still play. Like Canada won the Olympics, so they're not playing against a
George. Stop, George. Stop right there.
I didn't watch the game.
I tell you what, I watched
because I don't like watching shit.
And then you watch last night. They are so unorganised that it's not funny. It looks like you've got under 12s trying to defend against a international team. It is.
Organisations will score runs against his under 12 side.
Oh, like
our defence has always been.
Hey guys, I just want to know who's got the highest runs here between us.
In total, or
just one inning. Just one inning.
Oh yeah, you hands down, Michael.
Yeah, like.
I'm like, okay. Why is Jason Berenoff not being considered the good question. Talk about South Africa squad. Well, the captain is Temba Bavuma, which is I don't think they're going to go that well.
Oh, look, I don't mind South Africa. I think they, I think they've got some damage in them. Don't underestimate them. That's all I say.
I can't stand South Africa.
Oh,
Well, they got something like in the rankings wise, like they got the second best bowler in bowling record for the T20s, Shamsi. They got the third best batsman in Markram. So they've got like people who can bat and bowl. So there's no reason why they can't do okay. And they're used to our conditions, so they've got that up their sleeve. Like they have similar conditions at home.
There's nobody of that quality there.
Yeah.
You don't need to have a world-class play. You just have to be a world-class team.
That's right.
Hey, look at our side though. Look at the Australian side. The way some of our world-class batters are batting at the moment, we've got friggin' problems.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah, there's no one's putting their hand up to say I'm the best batsman in the world. Like really,
other than Dave Warner.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, look, the funny thing is, last year Australia played shithouse against Bangladesh, West Indies, away. They got beaten by those both comprehensively, but within months they won the World Cup. So the form at the moment, where we got beaten by Zimbabwe and against we're playing that ordinary foot, doesn't really count. It seems what we seem to do that every winter time our time.
Yeah, but funnily enough, our best ranked T20 batter is Aaron Finch.
That's funny.
At number 6 in the world.
Says a lot, doesn't it?
Says a lot for the rest of them, hey?
Yeah. Well, and you look, currently none of our batsmen, and I'm talking batsmen, I'm not talking Green or Kerry, none of our batsmen have any form.
No.
Warner has a little bit, but none of them have anything like that.
What happened the other day against Zimbabwe? We get out for what, 130, 140, whatever it was?
Yeah.
And Warner made 96.
Yeah.
How the hell does that happen?
Yeah.
Like, surely, like, the pitch obviously wasn't that bad, so the batsmen are getting themselves out, and he's made 96 out of 130 odd. I'm going, surely someone could have stayed in there with him. But
yeah.
Anyway.
Look, I feel the same because I was a bit the same when I was playing winter cricket. You know, I was scoring the odd 60, 70 runs, and we were only scoring 100 in total.
Yeah.
Yeah,
reminds me of the time when we played. I can't remember who we played. I made about 17 or 18 out of about 30.
So what has that got to do with anything?
I remember making.
I can't get excited about either the 17 or the 30.
I remember making 240. We made about 450.
Oh, please give us a break with that 240 crap. I'm going to go back to some questions. At least they make more sense. So, undefeated since 2018. What do you have to say about that? Oh, okay. Let me go back. There's been some arguments going on here. South Africa now.
Africa.
You know, guys, watch Ben Stokes, Phoenix.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah,
I did. I thought it was actually really good. Yeah. It was very, very interesting. I did. I watched it.
Sam Hislop reckons Ashton Turner's better than Stoinis. At the moment, I probably agree. Arun Singh, our mate from Queensland there somewhere. Australia have to be playing full strength throughout the World Cup. They will be playing some real quality sides out there. They will be. That's true.
Yeah. Oh, they're all quality sides.
Yeah.
India didn't even have a replacement for Jadeja when Jadeja got out. India made 3 changes in the squad. They're missing Jadeja, actually, India.
Yeah, I think they are.
But they've got plenty of depth. It's not as if they've got, like, out of their top 13, like they came out in Australia and they had their third-rate side and beat us. So, you know, so they've got some handy cricketers.
You can't discount India. They could easily come here and whoop us all if they're in the right mood.
India can't whip themselves.
We know you can't. You can't whoop yourself.
Come on. The talk around Minnow India. I can't believe that's a talk around town at the
Just be
moment. They're
careful
going-
with that now India stuff, Babs. I mean,
Oh, so
you're gonna get
bad at the
hate
moment.
mail. You're going to get some hate
Now, you
mail.
know what? I was so disappointed in the way India played last night. So disappointed.
Do you reckon there's some match fixing going on? How could India and Afghanistan top their pool one week, the next week be both out of the final?
Easy. Pitch.
Easy.
Yeah,
Easy.
mother-
Yeah.
Stupid
When-
rules.
bet-
mate.
Hey, Norm, when have you scored like 10 runs and then got out for a duck?
When did he score 10 runs?
What has that got to do with us? What has that got to do with anything?
Plenty of ducks.
What has that got to what has that
Malacca.
got to do with anything? I should be wearing your top. Do I look like a
When
flying-
when the fuck did he score 10 runs, bro? The
when I was allowed to bat, when my captain used to bat me somewhere above 10.
not in my regime, bro.
But you know what I mean? Like, it doesn't matter. You get from one innings to the next, you're not always like, it changes, you know. So being top of the group, yeah, it means that you'll go and have an advantage, but doesn't necessarily mean that the next game you're going to win.
I think
They got no advantage from coming first because all they did was get into this next round where they're all the same anyway because they're all starting on the same points anyway. So they got no advantage at all. So why play that pre-tournament to get rid of two teams?
because I
Yeah,
think in the
It's
women's
just better
world
off being a round robin.
wasn't the Women's World Cup, you kept your points? Someone kept their points. I'm not
They
sure.
used to do that previously in the One Day World Cup when they went to like the Super Sixes or whatever.
Yeah, you keep your points, right? And then you have
kept your
that's
points.
the advantage you should have.
Yeah.
All right. Norman, is Finch struggling in this series? I think selectors will drop him. I agree.
Well, there's only
They
hope.
play very well in Australia conditions. They do. We've seen that. Pakistan win the Asia Cup. Well, if Pakistan beat Afghanistan tonight, Pakistan will play Sri Lanka in the final.
Correct.
That's fact. If Stoinis is struggling in ODI, Ashton Turner, Sam Hizzers, I think he's fallen in love with Ashton Turner all of a sudden. Why do the Socceroos play in Asia leg to qualify for World Cup and Asia don't play in Asia Cup?
And Australia don't play in the Asia Cup. We don't play in the Asia Cup. Well, we do. We play in the Asia Cup.
No, not for cricket, but soccer. For soccer, Australia's aligned to the Asian Confederation, so that's why we play in the Asia Cup and play through Asia. Whereas in cricket, we're not part of. We're in Oceania, really, so that's why we don't play in the Asia Cup for cricket because we're not an Asian team.
No.
Pretty
we're
simple,
part of-
really.
Yeah, we're part of a different confederation.
Well, they don't have confederations in cricket.
No, they don't. They have.
It's just like the Asian Cup is just for Asian teams, and Australia's not an Asian team.
No.
Simple.
We have to argue we're Australasia. We're pretty much there.
We have heaps of Asians here.
Not in your part of the world. Jesus. Only bloody eye ties and a few bloody Greeks. Okay, India need to play a young squad. I would agree with that. Russell, Hassan, always, but Bubba should be following. That's a good point. Yeah, I would agree. I like the round robin format. 19 World Cup was very entertaining. Yep. Nobody's picked Umar Akbar, the fastest. Umar Akbar, the Pakistani player, or we're talking about that Malik guy who plays for India. Who are you talking about? Now, Stan loves to pick sides. Finch, Marsh, Maxwell, Marnus is struggling in ODIs. Yeah. Well, I don't think anyone.
Hang on. Who the friggin' hell saw Maxwell's catch?
Brilliant.
Yeah, it was a good
What
catch.
a catch, mate.
Yeah.
His fielding gives him a spot if he can't bat or
Or
bowl.
bowl.
He does both.
Well, he picked up 4 wickets yesterday or the day before, so he's bowling all right. He's batting, at the moment, his batting's not.
Mate, his catch was a freak of a catch. Like, absolute freak.
But
Is
look,
Mitchell Marsh injured?
Must be.
what's wrong?
Mitch Marsh, is he injured?
Yes.
Yes.
Because he would be one of the first guys you would pick on his form, right?
He
The way
got,
he's been
he
playing.
got injured in Sri Lanka.
Yeah. He hasn't played at all.
But
No.
you know what? Marnus Labuschagne's struggling big time.
Yeah.
Well, he's not a
Yeah,
short-term player.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think, I don't know. I think the short form can suit him a little bit too.
No,
Really?
not really.
Oh, look, last night, I really thought that when he come out, because we were, what were we? We were 2 down or whatever it was. And I thought that he was really going to steady our innings. But I tell you what, the way Bolt was bowling last night in the first 10 overs, you couldn't get anywhere near him.
Yeah.
It was only Warner that was able to attack him because the ball was swinging away from him. So we really struggle with left arm in swingers. The most simplest form of bowling, an in swinger, was the most deadliest for us last night.
Why is it the most?
I think left arm in swinger is so much different than right arm in swinger.
Yeah,
Oh,
it is.
definitely.
It is. But to quote the great man Kerry O'Keefe, he said the most traditional form of in-swing bowling absolutely destroyed us.
Not
And
wrong.
it was just
Great.
in-swing fast bowling by Bolt. Which
But you know what? Bolt on his day is pretty good though, right?
yeah,
He is world class.
Yeah.
Australia
He's-
has set high standards. It's true. Sharjeel Khan career end because of Ramos Raja. That's true, but what are we talking about for? Who should captain Australia in the T23 World Cup? That's a good question.
So is that a one day, the 2023?
Yes.
I
Well,
don't know.
I think we're too far away to worry about that, right?
Oh, well, that's only a year away. Why can't we
only
survive?
next year.
Why can't you just
But I think we're worried about the World Cup. I think the biggest thing is, will Finch be captain? There's my question mark.
Will Finch be playing? If he's not playing, if he's not picked to play, he won't be captain.
Yeah, that's right. If Finch is in the squad, he's captain.
And then the World Cup, the ODI World Cup's got to be bloody the Test captain.
No.
Finch can't be dropped. He's been selected as the captain of the squad for the World Cup. You don't drop that person.
Bloody go, mate. I would. You know what? That's what problem is. Australia can't make the hard decisions. Piss Finch off.
Yeah,
that's right. They've got to bite the bullet, get rid of him, and bring in a new white ball captain who's going to be there for the next 5-6 years.
Yeah, but they can't do this late before a World Cup. They're not going to change.
Why not?
Why?
I'm not. Yeah, I know, but they've got to do it. If Finch isn't batting well, and he's not, I know he's got other things that he does, like he's the captain, so he's got other strings to his bow. But if you haven't got the confidence and you're not batting well, the rest of your game's not well as well because you're not confident. If you're confident, you're going to go out there and bat well, and you're going to do everything else well. At the moment, he's doing nothing well.
And doesn't a real leader, though, as a real leader, shouldn't he put his hand up and go, look, my bad. I think I need to stand down as the captain and just concentrate on trying to find some form.
Mate, if he doesn't get form, how many
he can't play. He can't go anywhere else and play to get form. That's the problem. Like it's winter now, so it's not. We haven't started our seasons yet. So where's he going to go get form?
It's actually spring, George.
Mate, what happens in the World Cup when he plays and he's an absolute failure? Are they going to drop him in the World Cup then? Are they going to say, Finch, after 2 games, you're not the captain?
No.
You're doing it now.
Yeah, I'd be doing it now.
Too late now. He's locked in for the World Cup. He's playing. After the World Cup, things will probably
be playing lawn bowls, mate. Bocce.
No, hang on. No, he's in the squad.
Hold on a minute.
And he can be the captain of the squad, but doesn't necessarily mean that he has to go and play.
No, captain. He's not going to be. He's not going to be dropped for this World Cup.
That's where it's rubbish. Because he can be the captain, okay, but doesn't necessarily mean that he's going to go and play every game.
Not the touring. Oh,
yeah, I would never drop. You guys would never drop your captain.
I have.
In a heartbeat.
I would love to have dropped our captain, but he was too bloody Italian. Okay, so Norman, who will win the T20 World Cup? Okay, any updates from you guys? I still think Australia and India will play it off.
I'm going for Australia, mate. I just think I know we got our form between our arse, but at home we have to be pretty competitive.
Yeah, I think Australia or New Zealand.
New Zealand? No.
I don't know. It's a strange one. I just don't like. I'm off Australia at the moment. If they keep playing like they're playing, we've got no batters actually putting their hands up to say, "Yep, I'm in good form," and can give us a decent score to either, put pressure on another team or chase them. Because Cam Green's not in our T20 team.
No, which
So,
bizarre.
and he's our only guy that's actually scoring runs at the moment. So Warner made 90 odd, granted, the other day, but that was against Zimbabwe.
Well, Warner's the only one who's been scoring runs.
Yeah. So I don't know. I don't know where.
Travis Head won't be there. Sam Hizzle, Travis Head won't be here. Oh, no way.
Who's your favourite player? No.
Well, they're stirring me, obviously. Fun fact, no hosting nation has won the T20 World Cup. There you go. That's interesting.
There you go.
Okay, well, how many T20 World Cups have we had?
2, 3.
There's more than that.
Is it? You sure?
4.
But still, it's an interesting stat. You've got to admit it is an interesting stat.
It is an interesting stat, but the T20 World Cup hasn't been going long enough to make it a relevant stat.
I've got an interesting stat. No one's won the NRL Grand Final from 6th spot.
There's been one.
We're 7th, by the way. We're 7th.
Okay.
No one has won outside the top 4.
There's been 7 T20 World Cups.
7.
West Indies have won 2. And then Australia, Sri Lanka, England, Pakistan, and India have all won 1.
Yeah, right.
I didn't realise it was that open. Okay.
Yeah. I didn't realise it was that many.
So
2000.
Let's go through them. Where were they?
Okay. 2007, India. Runners-up were Pakistan. That was in South Africa. 2009, Pakistan won it. Beat Sri Lanka in England. And 2010, England beat Australia in the West Indies. 2012, West Indies beat Sri Lanka in Sri Lanka. 2014, Sri Lanka beat India in Bangladesh. 2016, West Indies beat England in India. And Australia beat New Zealand last year in Oman and UAE. That's it.
Yeah, right.
So New Zealand haven't won.
There's a few venues there you would never have thought would have had a World Cup. UAE, Bangladesh.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's...
Yeah, that is true.
Interesting where we've played.
So, yeah, so there you go.
So what do you think of the games up in Cairns and Townsville?
Rubbish.
Yeah, it does give you time in the middle, but we're not making the best. Our batsmen aren't making the best use of it. Obviously, our bowlers are doing reasonably well, pretty well, you'd think, but our batsmen aren't using that time in the middle, very well. Yeah, sure, they might be getting rid of some cobwebs, but you'd think they should be making some runs. At least one good innings out of 4, to start off the season. But, no one,
so
apart from
ODIs up in Kansas.
Thank you. I was going to say, why aren't we playing? We've got a T20 World Cup. Why aren't we making the ODIs T20 games?
No idea.
Yeah, it's just to get time in the middle, isn't it? And to get the bowlers bowling 10 overs so that they get into a bit of a routine.
Yeah, I know. Four, mate. You're going to bowl 4
We're not
overs.
playing that format in a month's time in the World Cup. Why play that format when we're meant to be getting the T20 team together, not the ODI team, which is different.
But
it won't be the T20 side for
it gives people time in the middle, but our batsmen aren't using that time in the middle to get batting practice. There's no better place to get batting practice than in the middle against an opposition. So,
and very good opposition at that.
Well, New Zealand are world class. They're bowlers anyway. So our batsmen are struggling. At the moment, you wouldn't give them 10 cents each to watch them play. But anyway,
why use the analogy of 10 cents? What's that got? Who carries 10 cents?
You're worth 5.
You're worth. Luckily we don't have 1 cent pieces anymore, ain't
we? I'm going to get a bit close to the screen here. You guys have a freaking clue what you're talking about.
Why are you getting so close?
Don't you threaten with this stop threatening with this 10 and 5 cent and 2 cent, 1 cent piece routine, okay? You won't win.
Get your fat head.
2 cent piece.
Hey, drop your fat head back. It's taking too much of the screen up.
Look at you. You're in the bloody. Still can't get over this Antarctica or all the white crap that's going on. George wearing those Super St. George stuff. Giuseppe's still got that bloody halo of a light above him. Can you afford to get a better light bulb?
You pay peanuts, you get monkeys.
That's right. And
Norman, can you leave the stars Norman, can you leave the stars of the show alone, please?
What?
Leave the stars of the show alone.
Look. Kunal Singh, what's your thoughts on India's journey in the upcoming World Cup? Is there going to how are they going to go? What do you reckon?
Again, I don't understand why they're playing Australia and India as their lead-up games.
Money, maybe.
I understand why, but I don't know why. Like, why were they playing in India? Why were they playing in Australia?
You don't know why, but you understand why. So that doesn't make any sense.
Nothing ever makes any sense. But yes, they're playing it for money and to get content out there. But that's the reason. That's the reason why they're playing. Yes, but why are they not playing it in Australia, where that's the conditions they'll be playing in? You're not going to get Australian conditions in India. So that's what I don't understand.
As well, I think in New Zealand, I'm not sure.
I personally think you don't need to have brains to be the CEO of Cricket Australia. That's my opinion. No thought process at all.
No. Well, whoever's putting but for both Australia and India, why are you playing that there? Like, it just doesn't make sense between them.
If the BCCI, George, say to you, we're going to make $30 million or $40 million or $50 million going, bring it there, are you going to say no to that?
No, you're not. But it doesn't help your team to win a World Cup, though, does it?
No, I guess not.
So do they want to just get that money, or do they want to win, which will give them more prestige? Like playing this shitty.
Look, you're right. I don't think really anyone cares about the ICC. Why about their tournaments? And the Asia Cup is not necessarily an ICC flagship tournament. And the game between Australia and India won't be an ICC flagship tournament. The real flagship tournament is World Cups. The World Test Championship will be on next year, the ODI next year, and now this year the T20, which is about to come up. So we'll go back to who's going to win. Michael still reckons Australia. Giuseppe, who do you think?
Oh, look, it's hard to go past the host nation. And I sort of think Australia and or New Zealand.
All right.
George? Looking at that stat, I'm going to...
No, look at you start to think too much. You had Afghanistan.
I just don't like Australia at the moment. I can't. If you ask me to put $10 on a team, I wouldn't be putting it on Australia at the moment.
Okay, who are you going to put it on?
I'd put it on England.
Well, if Alex Howes is playing, I would put it on that too. Absolutely. Let's go to the toilet.
Who's
All right.
England's who's England's bowlers coming?
Well, this is the other.
Doesn't what's name have to come back in?
Who's
What's his
that?
name?
Jofra.
Yeah, Jofra.
You'd think so, but
Isn't
hold
he?
on, let's see. Who's in their squad?
Isn't he due back?
Because I think England's batting might be all right. I don't know about their bowling though.
Yeah. Where are they?
You know what? I know Hales is in, but no Banster. That's a fucking big loss.
Yeah.
Yeah,
What?
the squad for the T20 World Cup. Josh Butler is their captain. They got Moen Ali, Harry Brooks, Sam Curran, Alex Hayes, Chris Jordan, Liam Livingston, David Milan, Adil Rashid, Phil Salt, Ben Stokes, Reece Topley, David Willey, Chris Wokes, Mark Wood.
So
they've got Wood, Wokes, Willey and Stokes as their frontline bowlers, I guess.
do you reckon they're world class though?
Yeah, well, you got Adil Rashid in there. He's their spinner, I guess. But
Have they got
He's
a left
excellent.
arm spinner or a leggy?
well, what's Rashid bowl? He
Shit.
bowls something.
Rashid.
Leg spin. Okay. Because I think you got to come to Australia. You just can't be an off spinner in Australia.
No.
I think you got to be either leg spin or left arm off spin's okay, but right arm off spin. No.
I got some breaking news, Norm. Breaking news, George. Thomas Tuchel's just been sacked by Chelsea.
Have they?
Yep.
That didn't last long.
He's been bloody.
How many games have played?
Wow.
5?
Why would you sack him after 5 games?
They lost this
There's
morning.
been something happening because he's been like angry every game, like on the sidelines. He's been angry with everyone. So
Yeah. And they lost this morning, see?
yeah, they lost to Zagreb.
Dinamo.
Yeah.
Huge. How good were Celtic this morning?
Yeah, still lost 3-0.
Yeah, they lost 3-0. They hit the post, had a couple of one-on-ones.
Well, they got to put them away, haven't you? And against those teams, you got to take your chances. Whether it's soccer or cricket, you got to, those opportunities come, you got to take them.
Yeah, for sure. But I tell you what, I think Postecoglou will put a good showing in Europe.
They'll get a bit of confidence out of it, yes, but he won't be happy.
What's the Postecoglou coaching?
What was that, Norm?
Celtic.
Celtic.
What's he using?
Postecoglou.
He's coaching Celtic in Scotland.
And they're doing really well.
Yeah, they're on top of the table.
And they won it last year.
Yeah, in his first
So
year.
why are we getting him back with Hudik together to represent us at the World Cup in Qatar?
Because we sensationally sacked him.
Yeah, but why?
He resigned.
He resigned, but he was kicked out the door.
Yeah. He doesn't like the way soccer's run in Australia.
Yeah, and he doesn't like the way our media portray. Like I said to you last week, we're a really bad sports nation. We like to support our winners, but we don't like supporting teams that do not do well. So, and that's across all sports. The only one that we really do follow, and religiously, is probably our Australian cricket team. Test team more so than any of the others.
Mate, you go to a rugby game in Australia, if the Waratahs are playing so badly, no one goes to that game.
That's what I'm saying. If they're winning, they'll have full house.
Same with the Swans. Swans are doing well, packed stadiums.
Yeah.
They're not playing, you get half or a quarter full stadiums all the time.
Well, look at the Lions. The last 3 games, they've full houses because they're in the finals.
That's right. That's
Who
just
cares
what
whether
they like.
Who cares? The Brisbane Lions? God. Okay, the best bowling attack will win the T20 World Cup. That's a good point.
Yeah, that's
What do you think of that?
Yeah, I think it'll be the bowlers will win the game.
No, I disagree. The best openers, the team with the two best openers will win. Whoever can get off to the best start will win. Runs on the board will be so much harder to chase down in Australia than what it is anywhere else. And you get a team that's consistently scoring well and putting the other team under pressure, they will win the competition.
All right.
So if Alex Hales and whoever else is going to be batting with them, they will win. So if Josh Butler and Alex Hales go nuts, they're not going to lose. Who's going to chase down 220 every game? No one.
No,
Jason Boyd's not there. So if Hales bats with Butler, my God, they're an almighty duo. They are really, seriously.
Yeah, all you need is Stark, in-swinging Yorker. See you later, Butler.
Yeah, you get David Milan batting well as well. He can bat well as well. So they've got, I don't know. I like their squad at the moment. Anything can happen, but at this far out, I'll be putting my money on England.
So what happened to Afghanistan, Malakas?
Moses not here.
They're my outs. If you're looking at 100 to 1 shot, yeah, you're looking at Afghanistan.
Okay.
Because their spinners can do some damage. But
they're an outside chance. They're your dark horse.
I just don't think their batting will be able to do as well as what they're bowling.
So, all right. So we're saying now that Australia's not looking as clear a favourite as we first thought. Is that right?
Well, to me, they'll never a favourite because of just the way they've been batting and playing. But yeah, they're definitely beatable.
Yeah.
Well, if Warner bats with Finch, there's a problem straight there, isn't there, with Finch?
Well, we're 1-0 before we even get out there. So we're batting with 10-9.
Sorry, is Steve Smith in the team?
No, not the
And is
T20.
Lovely Shade in the team? No.
Okay. Let's pick the side. If Warner and Finch are going to open, I'm afraid that's the way it's going to be. That's already decided. Mitch Marsh should be first drop, and they won't put Smith up the order at all. He won't play. They're still going to maintain probably with Maxwell and Stoinis because of what they've done, and looks like Cam Green might force his way in, and either Alex Carey or Wade will keep. Then you've got the bowling lineup, which is predictable, as in Stark, Hazelwood, probably Zampa. Agar keeps getting picked, but it may not be him. And Cummins has been rested, hasn't he, for this winter? He's back as well.
Yeah.
He's your captain. Why isn't Cummins your captain? Fuck Finch off.
Now, Australia's squad is Finch, Agar, Cummins, Tim David, Josh Hazelwood, Josh Inglis, Mitch Marsh, Glenn Maxwell, Kane Richardson, Steve Smith, Mitchell Stark, Marcus Stoinis, Matty Wade, David Warner, Adam Zampa. That's our squad.
How does Steve Smith get a gig?
Oh,
Well, believe it or not, he's probably one of our best.
A T20, really?
So unless they, start with Tim David or Josh Inglis with Warner, we're going to struggle. We're going to be one down in next to no time, and we're going to be struggling for runs. If you don't get away to a good start in those first 4 overs or so, then you're struggling. You're behind the 8 ball straight away. So
our deck's they're going to be roads, mate. If the batting side's not 50 in these T20 games, you're not even close to scoring a good score.
No, if you're not going to be scoring around that 200 mark, then you're in trouble.
Yeah, you might be
Do you
right.
reckon? Do you reckon that high?
Oh, they're going to be roads, mate. Like it's going to be,
Yeah.
it's going to be, they're going to be decks where you're going to be playing on the up. You're not going to see many block shots, mate. I'll guarantee. Well,
No,
I'm
I
hoping
don't
it's not.
think you will. That's
not
why
gonna be
I
like-
say that I reckon the bowlers will be the ones that'll be making the difference. Because if you can bowl tight and if you
Yeah,
can
you're-
bowl well,
Yeah, but that's
Oh,
where it
yeah.
comes down to the batsman to find ways to score. And if you've got those batsmen who can play those shots that they're going to be getting their teams off to a good start, then it's going to make it so much easier for that middle order. But if that middle order is coming in in the first, quarter of the game, well, then you're going to struggle. So it's up to those opening batsmen to get past. Every team's got a decent opening, whether they're going to start with a spin bowler or a fast bowler. You need to be able to come to terms with that and score quickly. And I don't think
Yeah.
Australia's got that. If we start with Finch and Warner, then we're in trouble.
yeah.
It's a fair point.
Oh, you awake still there, no? You with us still?
I'm listening intently to what you were saying, George.
Yeah, I'm.
Yeah, so I don't know. So
And Stacey,
that's
why
what
are
I
you
think.
sitting side saddle? Are you on a horse or something? Or sit straight?
I couldn't believe how much sense doofus, mate.
Occasionally, I'll say something smart, not too often.
You actually, yeah. I reckon we're going to see some lot of runs. We're going to see a lot of runs, I think, in Australia. I want to hope we do anyhow.
Yeah, I think so, because traditionally the decks for T20s in Australia are pretty good.
Yeah, they're going to be
Right.
fast, mate. The outfield's
They're gonna be-
quick.
Yeah. And
So what
teams
about
that can
Cam
actually...
Green? Do you think Cam Green? Cam Green's not selected, is he?
No, he's not in the squad,
Is that a mistake?
which is crazy. Big
yeah, I
time.
don't know why it's not. It's
That's why you
ridiculous.
pick. I look at Steve Smith and I go, what is he going to do to Australia's squad? He's not going to play. So what's he in the squad for?
Yeah.
Exactly. Steve Smith's taking a spot that Green should have taken.
At least Green would have got some World Cup experience, maybe. What's
Yeah.
Steve Smith going to do? Like,
Because I really think Cam Green's going to be our, if not the next white ball captain, the one after. So that's where he's going to start his captaincy role for Australia, will be in the white ball game to give him experience.
the thing
And I think
is, who's going to be after Cummings captain now?
Green.
Cummins is captain of Test cricket, not the ODI or T20.
Yeah, I know. That's what I mean. But Finch is our captain for ODIs and T20s. And really, they should be putting in Cam Green as our next captain for that.
But then,
So
that means
and then
Cam Green could be captain ASAP because Finch.
well,
could
he's
be
not
out
in
of-
the squad.
Yeah, but if you're saying what you're saying, Finch could be gone in 6 months.
Well, after this T20 World Cup, there's no reason to keep him on. He's 35, 36 years old. What's he going to be?
So you're telling me that the captain is not in that T20 side right now, the next captain?
Yep.
How
That doesn't
stupid
make
is
any
that?
sense. Especially because of the exposure, the experience he would get.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like,
Yeah, exactly.
if you're right, that's done by Australian selectors.
Oh.
That's stupid.
That's stupid. The only way he's going to get in now is if someone injures themselves and they bring him in. So, which is crazy because I think he should be our next white ball captain, because then it gives him a chance to then, get that into him, and then he'll take over after Cummings, because
Who
Cummings
are
got a
us?
few years left in him.
Who's our selectors?
Bailey.
Yeah, is it Bailey? Is David Byrne one of them?
Dollar made.
Don't these idiots think about what could be?
They're looking after their backsides.
Well, I don't get why Steve Smith's in the side then, because that
They're
doesn't
doing
mean
it
nothing.
marvelous. His backside.
You almost think that that it's coming from higher above. That
Yeah.
the selector being told who to select.
But that's they're it's their job to do that. So they shouldn't be putting any pressure on them. Like you got George Bailey, Tony Dottermate, and Andrew McDonald are the selectors.
Yeah, Andrew McDonald, our coach.
Coach, yeah. So I don't know.
So who's really selecting them then? The players? Is
Well,
it the captain that selects his team?
That's the reason why they got rid of the last coach, because he wasn't, he had his views and they were stronger than what Andrew McDonald's. Andrew McDonald was just a yes man for the players. That's why he got the job. So,
right.
Well, I mean, yeah, Akash Hawks joined us. He says, hello. What's your view on India exit from the Asia Cup? It's disgraceful. Himanshu Rahal has been quite nasty. He's calling Andrew McDonald a la Ronald McDonald's. He even looks like him with the orange hair. Doesn't he? Good.
yes.
Yeah, whatever.
I don't mind a quarter pounder. I'm not a Big Mac fan.
Yeah,
Who asked you about whether you eat a big
Quarter
Mac?
pounder with bacon.
I don't mind a cheeseburger.
Give me an egg hopper anytime.
What's
I went
that?
for Father's Day.
What's egg hopper? What's that?
What do you mean, what's that? You had about 50 of them, I remember very clearly.
That was probably the only thing I ate in Sri Lanka, bro.
Yeah, because you're weak stomach.
That was the only thing.
That's not true. Like, you ate other things. What are you talking about?
Yeah, meat in the buffet.
Sahan Arvis Dilshan Madhushankar is a great final fisher. Yeah, I think he's a good player too. Why? It was Malik, not in the hot side. I agree, Papa John. He's correct.
Yeah,
Alex Hawk's been excited about him for some time, and he got picked. Look, Alex Hale and also Tim David have been the people's choice of short form cricket for some time. We all dismissed them. Now they're both in there, and they could well become the most pivotal players.
Tim David won't play a game.
He'll be lucky to get a game.
Well, then why select him then, for God's sake?
He
must get a game. He has to get a game. He'll get a game.
Where's Travis Head?
He's out because he's got a dick for a head, Travis Head.
What happened to him? I like Travis Head.
I don't like him.
Suki Lala.
He's not deserving to be in any Australian side. He's about as good as Michael Lottie Anastasia. Same.
Anyway.
Are you related, Travis Head and Dickhead? They must be related.
What was my message before the show started?
Oh, about you and Harry?
No, something else. Hey, cock, don't be late.
Go back to Can you explain to me how Australia got beaten by Zimbabwe? Can you give me that explanation? What happened there?
We felt sorry for Zimbabwe. We didn't want to. We you know what? Complacency. We didn't give them the just desserts they require, and we got humped. We got absolutely fucked by our arrogance. We should never have lost to Zimbabwe, mate. Simple as that. It was poor.
Yeah.
It was poor. You can't say Zimbabwe didn't play that well. They nearly lost it.
They won.
I know they won only because we scored so badly, but they made a meal of trying to chase those runs for a while.
Yeah.
Because I look at that Zimbabwe side, and it's very hard to find any good batsman in that side. And I'm not being a smart ass. I'm being serious.
They beat Australia.
Mate, on that, hang on. Can you just show some logic for once in your life, mate?
What's logical? Zimbabwe beating Australia, that's logical?
Yeah, but hang on. I'm looking at did you see how the batsman batted?
The Australian batsman.
I cannot find one Zimbabwean world-class batsman in that side. And I'm being serious.
No.
Okay, yeah, I agree with you, but that makes it even worse.
Yeah, I know. We played bad.
Beaten by a team that's got
we were poor. And all credit to Zimbabwe to win, but they're a long way from a competitive nation when it comes to cricket.
Well, their bowling isn't too bad. Their bowling
I didn't say their bowling was bad. I reckon their batting's bad.
Yeah. Okay, here's the question related to tonight's match. Can Afghanistan beat Pakistan?
Yeah,
If they do, I just line up for Afghanistan to make the final.
my heart says yes, but my brain says no.
Yeah,
it'd be nice to see them win, but you can't see it.
I think that Pakistan's playing too well at the moment.
And Pakistan have too many match winners, don't they? I think that Afghanistan only got 1 or 2 guys that can win it. Pakistan have 4, 5, 6 that can win them a game.
Yeah, that's the problem.
Okay, let's look. Sergeant Munger's talked about Raza. He scored several, I think, 50s and 100s. In a number of tournaments. He isn't a bad player. He didn't perform in the series against Australia, but he is a good. Raza's very highly rated.
I'm only saying what I saw, and I saw a couple of. They didn't look world class, but yeah, he has scored runs.
Yeah. Okay. Next.
And I guess you can't get better unless you play the best as well.
Well, that's it. If you keep playing shit teams, you're not going to get any better, are you?
And who are they playing?
You have to test yourself against the best, and then that'll give you a good gauge of where you're at.
Yeah.
That's right. That's exactly
you don't
right.
want to, right. It's like that girl last week we spoke to. What was her name?
Joanna Allen.
Yeah. Like she hasn't got a bad record, but she's only played once against Australia. So how can they get better if they're not playing against the world champions?
Well, that's actually really it's actually a slight against Australia that they haven't bothered to give Bangladesh a go over all those years. It's pretty bad, actually.
But that's where the ICC. Hang on, that's not Australia. The ICC should start stepping up and saying, "This is a calendar. You guys work around it." It shouldn't be up to the Australian Cricket Board to say, Bangladesh, you're coming to Australia. It's not up to us to make those games, is it?
Yeah, it is.
Well,
it is.
It's both boards have to agree on a time to play. So,
that's right.
The ACB are going to want the bigger teams to come out so they can get better exposure on TV and playing against the better sides. And unfortunately, we've got a habit of doing this, even in the men's game, where we don't play against the lesser nations. We don't play much against Bangladesh in the men's side, or Zimbabwe, or Afghanistan. So we've got form in that area where we don't help the lesser nations.
Yeah, we've always been that way. Always.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Tahan RV is asking about Jofra Archer. Still nothing on him.
No, he's still out good, I think.
No news on him. What's our prediction between England and South Africa in a final test match? Well, I don't think it matters to anyone, really, but it could be an England series. Who knows?
England would win, I think.
It's going to be tough. If the South Africans bowl as good as they can, then they could beat them, especially now that Bairstow's out as well. He made a fair bit of runs for them in that last test, so could be interesting. See how they bring in that next in for Bairstow in the test match.
Yeah.
Well, will Alex Hales eventually get a Guernsey? Who knows? He's been brought back into the ODI.
I doubt it. I don't think he'd play in the test match.
Okay. So can Anderson play for more than 1 year? Who knows?
He's not going to come to us. Is he going to come to Australia?
Well, Anderson's going to play in the Ashes series next year in England. I reckon that's going to be his swan song. That's what I reckon.
In England?
Yeah.
He won't come to Australia because he'll be demolished.
He'll play the Test series, the Ashes in England, and that'll be his swan song, I reckon.
Yeah.
Deservedly.
Yeah, he bowls well in his own conditions, which is England. So I don't see him. We saw when they came out last year that he struggles in our conditions with the ball that we use.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Duke's ball very well.
Hmm.
What do you reckon? What other conditions do you think would suit him around the world? New Zealand?
Yeah.
New Zealand and England.
And England. That'd be it. There's nowhere
And
else.
the day-night test in Adelaide.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's about it. Maybe South Africa, some of the grounds in South Africa that might like where there's a lot of humidity. I think Durban, maybe he might be able to ball well, but that'll be about it. Where the ball will swing around a bit.
Has improved, that's for sure. The women's IPL starts next year. We heard from Joanna Allen. We heard also about the 100. There's a lot of women's positivity coming out, that's for sure. Can Joe Richardson play against South Africa? Well, I guess he is the next one in line to join the test makeup, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Anderson won't play until he's 50. Alex Hall's back right now. Ashwin Karthik is India out of the Asia Cup virtually. Why should I lost the series? I don't know. It's Giuseppe, what's written in your shirt? Well, we talked to that before, Ashwin. You explain it. I'll get it.
What it is, it's dilly gaff. So, do I look like I give a? Use your imagination.
CK.
Why are you so correct?
Politically correct?
Why?
Because last week there was lots of things flying around saying that I had said stuff and whatever.
Someone did some bad stuff. Yeah.
You've been checking social media again, mate, and seeing people rubbishing you. No, I don't worry about that. I don't care what they think about us.
I get rubbished all the time on social media. I don't know why.
That is normal.
You should see the shit that's written about Norm. Nothing because he's shit. Because no one cares. He's got nothing to say, and he's just shit. Where is he? Where's he gone?
He posts some shit on there, and I go, bro, what is this crap? That's not I leave a message. Some shit. What is this?
What do you expect? Talk about the Lions last weekend. How good were they?
Yeah, very good. It'll be interesting to see how they go this week against Melbourne, though. Down at the MCG, where they haven't won for a while.
It'll be interesting to see if Petrarca plays for Melbourne. If he plays, then I don't think. But if he doesn't,
but he's on one leg,
mate.
So he's probably better off.
Two sides can win it: Geelong and Sydney.
Oh,
yeah,
no way.
I think right now, Brisbane did very well to beat Richmond. If they can beat Melbourne, that will be a fantastic result because Melbourne is pretty shit hot.
And then, but then they've got Geelong.
That's the issue you're going to have. You got another good side again. Sydney's got easier draw. Touch wood. Sydney should get through. You would think to the grand final if they don't.
Because they've got Collingwood or Freo.
And it'll be at home. And
it'll be in Sydney.
Yeah.
Yeah. You have to think they've got the easier side of the draw. Look, Collingwood would know. Collingwood.
I'm not saying they're easy, but if I had to pick two sides, I think this side might be slightly easier, and I could be eating my words next week. Then the other side's shit hot. You got to beat, Melbourne and then Geelong.
Yeah, and look, Melbourne beat us by how many points in Brisbane 2 weeks ago?
60-odd points.
The Swans beat Melbourne.
That's what I'm saying. The Swans, what I don't know what happened. The Swans 12 weeks ago, they couldn't win a game. I don't know and then all of a sudden something happened. They beat Melbourne. I think in Melbourne, they beat Collingwood. And then they started winning all these games, and I'm going, are they going to play in the grand final or make the top four? And they did. And you know what's done really? What they've done is their defence. There was one goal last week. There was 3 Melbourne people, 1 Swans, 20 metres out, and the Swannies guy stopped the goal.
Yeah, for some reason they've just clicked. Yeah, look, they're a good side, and it'll be interesting. They've got a week
Basketball's
off.
not a joke. Ashwin speaking French, l'Australie est une... Read my comment. I don't know what you're saying.
Norman sucks
Steve
dick.
said, okay. Is that... Doofus, where is your Spurs shirt?
I can't wear it every week.
Yeah, otherwise you'll wear it out.
I'm leaving it for tomorrow when I watch them play in the Champions League.
Are you going to watch them?
No. Obviously.
Yeah, because man, you can't watch live sport unless it's in Australia, mate. It's everything's so late at night or first thing
early in the morning.
You're just old. You haven't got the ability to save that.
Oh yeah, 2 a.m. Good time to watch sport, huh?
Unless you take a blue pill, you can't stay up for nothing, Norm.
Yeah. And I know what you mean.
Jealousy.
Doofus, I know what you mean. No.
I don't need any of those pills, and I stay up all night.
Yeah, Victor two-stroke.
Ashwin's Carter, this is a cricket channel. So I'm talking about Tushel or whatever his name.
Hey, look,
Who's going to take over?
and
Pochettino, Zidane,
well, they're talking Graham Potter.
Graham Potter?
They're
Nah.
talking, yeah.
I know that's what the talk is, but Zidane.
He'll do a
rumors
headbutt.
have it,
Zidane.
They reckon that Chelsea have asked Brighton permission to speak with Graham Potter.
He's good with those smaller teams, but he has the dynamics of such a big squad and a lot of internationals with a lot of egos. Zidane's is the standout. He's looked after people in Real Madrid. He's going to look after Chelsea.
Hey, can I just say, today I watched on Netflix the Luis Figo documentary about him going from Sporting Lisbon to Barcelona and then switching from Barcelona to Real Madrid and all the kerfuffle. If you've got Netflix, I recommend you watch it. It is because it's
What's it called?
Figo something.
Okay.
Give us the name of the bloody. If you're going to talk about a show, give us the name.
I will.
There is also Legends cricket here, and Sri Lanka and Australia got Legends teams playing in India as well. You know, remember Tendulkar captains one of the sides. He's still playing in this Legends format.
Hey, what's this? I read quickly that the USA are going to put in another T20 competition. Is that right? Did anyone read that?
Yeah, apparently isn't it in the like in Florida or something that they're looking at doing something?
Yeah, it's another new.
So that'll be coupled with the South African,
George,
the Caribbean, the English, the.
All right. Okay.
That's what it is. Recommend you watch it.
Right.
It is really, really good.
All right. Alan Mullally was going to join us. He's not here. All right. So where was Harry? I'm not happy about Harry. Who was the favourite to win the FIFA World Cup? Well, certainly not Italy because they're not in it.
That's exactly right. I reckon either France, Germany.
The usual crew. Brazil.
What about Brazil?
No, I don't reckon Brazil. I reckon Argentina.
Fuck the Germans.
Might give it a good shake.
Fuck the Germans.
When does it start?
November. December.
November. Yeah, December.
Goes for a month. It finishes, I think, the week before Christmas. It finishes.
Yeah, something like that.
Sahan reckons Spain. Prabhajan reckons Belgium.
Hey, are we going to go T20 World Cup into the Soccer World Cup, basically?
Let's
pretty
do that.
much.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, I don't think Belgium will win. I think that they'll bow out. I don't think they're good enough.
They haven't got that mentality.
No.
Hey, can I be serious? And Giuseppe, mate, without Italy, it's not really a World Cup, huh?
Yeah,
I've lost all interest in the World Cup. Like, it's so embarrassing.
All the Italians are not interested, are they?
Let's be serious. Like, it's nearly as bad as no Brazil or no Argentina in a World Cup. Like,
Yeah.
You know what it's like, Michael? It's like when India loses. That's what it's like. It's great for the rest of the world when Italy's not there. It's like, you guys are shit. Join the rest of us watching it.
I'll be watching. It's what I can do. Who are going to go for?
Look, if Italy's not in there, it's not our fault, is it? For God's sake, they're just bloody useless. What can we do about it?
Yeah, look, and that's exactly right. Though.
They're going to go for Australia. Like, seriously?
Yeah.
What
Well,
are
they
we gonna
made the
do?
World Cup, didn't they, Australia? Not
Oh,
Italy.
yeah. Watch. 2-0, 3-0, 4-0. We won't score a goal.
We're lucky to get a point.
Yeah, we won't get a point out of it. We'll score a goal.
You reckon we'll score a goal?
France, but we'll score a
The only
goal.
way we'll score a goal is someone scores an own goal for us.
Yeah, I reckon we'll struggle.
Look, we'll have probably 10 against and maybe 1 for, and we wouldn't have scored any of them.
No. True.
That's how it's going to be. I don't know. It'll be interesting. Look, to be honest, to be fair, I'm not really looking forward to the World Cup because of just where it is. That with the
What's the time? What are the time zones going to be? What games are you talking about?
They're 11, 2, and I think 4 are the 3 times.
You're going to see nothing except the first game, maybe, or the end of the last game.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's bad. Look, come 2026 in the USA, it'll be much better.
I'm going to go. You coming?
I'd love to go.
If we're
You're
alive.
going to go?
I'm going.
Yeah, I'd love to go.
What's this question here? Norman, do you follow a guy called Greenstone Lobo? He predicts sports events. Right. Okay. I've never heard of him.
Yeah, he's gay.
Well, he's one of your mates. India is overrated, only do well on home bilateral challenges. That's not true.
Oh, yeah, that's a fair call. Fair call, man, India.
Big call.
Okay.
4 people speaking and 4 people watching. What a coincidence.
Yeah, he's
a funny bastard.
He's being sarcastic. Okay.
Ashwin's a funny man. I like Ashwin. I like him.
Anyone likes to... Okay. All right. Now, let's wrap this up. We've gone for an hour and a half. So we need to work on the basis that Asia Cup at this stage will probably be... If Pakistan wins tonight, it'll be between Sri Lanka and Pakistan, which is not what we were expecting.
If Afghanistan wins, what does that mean?
They still... Then India, Pakistan, or Sri Lanka, Afghanistan can still make the final.
Based on the last game.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Sri Lanka's
Sri Lanka's through at the moment, and then you'd think Pakistan will win, and that'll be it. But if Afghanistan win, it makes the last game important.
Can I just say you can't watch the games on TV? I was on KO last night. I couldn't get onto it. So I had to Google on my phone. How stupid is that? Asian Cup?
Yeah.
Yeah. There's too many, unfortunately, but it's the way it is. Like, you need to have 1,000 bloody different, streaming
services
to watch everything you want to watch. It's ridiculous.
Hey, look, I just renegotiated my contract with Foxtel for 12 months, and I've got all the channels. Plus, I'm getting I get to. I'm not buying movies, but I get bought movies. I'm getting 5 of them free, and you know how much I'm paying a month? $99.
Jeez.
Yeah.
I rang them up and negotiated it.
How much would it be normally?
$140.
Yeah, they're not.
They're desperate.
They're trying to keep as many people as they can because everyone's going to all these other ones, Paramount, all the rest of them.
Stan, Optus.
You got Netflix.
Disney's the biggest one at the moment.
What is?
Netflix.
Disney.
Yeah, we've got Disney.
It's not that good, mate. It's not that good.
Well, we've got it. We watch it.
Yeah, I know, but it's not that good though, right?
Why? What's not good about it?
What's on Disney except for Disney stuff?
Disney Plus. Well, what we do, Mick, on a Saturday night is we do a movie night, just us at home. Luca will pick a movie and we sit there and watch it. You know what we watched the last couple of weeks? 2 weeks ago, we watched Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. And last week, we watched Honey, I Blew Up the Kids.
Perverse.
Hey, they're classics, mate. You sit there and you just laugh. Like, you know, it's, yeah.
Because how old's Luca now?
He's
10?
7. No, he's 7.
So, yeah, he's yeah. It's
So,
not as if you can watch.
Is he playing
he's
soccer now?
seen Bad Boys 2, Bad Boys 3. He watches Beverly Hills Cop. He's seen Lethal Weapon. We watch. Like, he watches it all, mate. He loves Fast and Furious. It's no big deal. Just watch movies. It's good. He loves it.
Yeah.
So,
You awake, Norm?
Sorry?
You awake?
Of course I'm awake. I'm just listening.
We keep listening.
Just
Listening
with your eyes closed.
World Cup. I think they will. They'll beat Sri Lanka.
Hey, see this, Ashwin Karthik, unknown fact. What's it say? Darwin Núñez was born on Darwin. Okay.
We're getting the cricket's topics are boring now because now Ashwin Karthik is asking Giuseppe, who is your favourite singer?
Bon Jovi.
Story or something.
No, Bon Jovi.
You're halfway there. Ooh, Anastasia couldn't care.
What the? Hey, people, sorry. What the fuck was that?
Your singing is as good as your cricketing.
You're all just jealous. The fact is, man, they're not on the phone.
Hey, here, guys. Let's play Who Am I? Who's that?
No.
What is he doing?
Trying to bowl.
No, he's
a scorer. 13th man.
Have you played on the SCG, Michael? No, because you're not.
Right.
I've played on the MCG, SCG.
Oh, what a waste of turf on you. Seriously.
Hey, Norm, how long did you spend in a Sri Lankan theatre, operating theatre, to repair a thumb?
At least I was out there batting, trying my. Mike was in the toilet pooing.
No, I was actually watching.
He didn't play. He was too scared. He didn't play that game against.
Don't take it the wrong way, Giuseppe, but I was out there watching you idiots play. That's what I was doing.
This is disgusting. These comments. You can't sing, mate. Normally, you should stick to cricket. Thank you.
He's got a point.
I'd rather hear him
got a point.
Okay, we're going to end with this question. Charlotte Jo Manju is asking, favourite TV show, what is it?
Oh, the Banter.
The what?
The Banter. The Gig.
The Gig. The Banter. Okay, the Banter. Yeah, that's good. Yep.
You idiot.
Idiot.
Time for a haircut, Norm.
Hey, Norm, why do you wear a hat inside?
Because
you see his hair?
Because I got my advertising going on, you goose. I haven't got this Dill Gaff t-shirt or
you should.
Georgia.
If you give us a hat, we'll wear your hat.
We'll wear a hat.
Persons.
Then I wipe my ass with it.
I'll wear it at bowls.
I hear Drake songs.
I don't know. What's your favourite TV show?
Currently, it would be either the Doghouse or the Old Peoples with the Teenagers.
The Old Peoples with the Teenagers. What's that?
Yeah. It's like they had last year was Old People's Home with toddlers or 4-year-olds.
Mm.
And now they're pairing up old people with teenagers. It's on the ABC every Thursday night.
Mm.
Good show.
Well, I watch After the Verdict on Wednesday nights on Channel 9.
Or if you want a good cooking show, a travel cooking show, on Netflix is Who's Feeding Phil? Good show.
Holly.
No, he's really funny. He was a writer on the Raymond show. Everyone loves Raymond.
Yeah.
That's a good show.
So he was a writer on that, and he goes to every place, and he's a foodie. He eats all this food, and he's funny. It's a really good show.
Yeah, okay.
It's about 5 series. Who's Feeding Phil?
Yeah, right, yeah.
On Netflix.
No worries. I like watching Gino D'Acampo. He's
What's
an
that?
Italian. D'Acampo. He's an Italian chef.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, he usually goes on the morning show.
Morning show in England.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you watch when he goes on there?
Yeah. all the outtakes. Oh.
They're the funniest things.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's pretty good.
I was binging 2.5 Men the other day. What's the first series?
Yeah, actually, I've been watching a bit of 2.5 Men too, and I've been watching a bit of Full House. Remember Full House?
Yeah.
Fuck me, that was years ago.
Yeah. Well, what do you think I'm a spring chicken?
No.
Reminds me of my childhood. So, but
I just watched it live with at Hugh Jackman. I should ask Guy. Who's the guy? Is it guy Gus Wallen? He should come on.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
What's his charity thing? That's something to do with
Gotcha for Life.
Gotcha for Life. Yeah, very good.
I actually know Gus. I've met him once or twice. So I'm gonna ask him to come on.
Hey, we should get someone like Des Hasler or Cliff Lyons on here.
What the hell for? We'll talk about Manly. Oh my God.
No, just talk about
Manju, yes, I used to be a Big Brother fan. I am a Survivor fan. I like that. I like watching Survivor. I like when there's good players, like good people that can manipulate other people in Survivor.
Sounds like Michael to me.
Yeah. Anyway,
Norm would be no good on that show.
Norm can't think outside the square.
All right, guys. I had a great show tonight. We've gone out 1 hour and 37 minutes. A lot of fun questions here. So, Ashwin Kartik would rather walk alone. Okay, that's interesting. So, look, the reality is that we are here every week, episode 9 to episode 20 next week. We're going to get Harry on here. Hopefully, we'll get other guests. Thanks for your time. Thanks, Harry is not here, but Giuseppe, thank you.
Thank you.
Babs, wonderful as ever, despite
See you, fans.
And last but certainly least, George Pasaris with his Super St. George on. All right, guys.
Thanks, everybody.
See you next week, same time.
Cheers.
Peace out, my brothers.
I was down for a minute. See you later.
Peace out.